Hi. So the data analytics minor contains an entire class on database management. I obviously don't want to repeat a lot of material from that class, but given that we're talking about storage this week, it would be a little odd to not at least acknowledge databases. So databases are a structured way of storing, accessing, and editing data. And in general, databases work much better than something like a CSV file or a JSON when the data is live. CSVs are a great way of sharing data. You email a CSV to 20 people, and now they can all see it. But if all of those 20 people now want to make changes to the data, the emailing CSV method of data sharing is going to break down badly. So databases are really useful for when you have a lot of people making changes to the data at once. Now, both Excel and Google Sheets do have collaboration tools. Um, so it's not like it's impossible to do this on a small scale with CSV files, but those collaboration tools do not scale well with increased team sizes or increased data sizes. Like if you have 500 people trying to edit a single spreadsheet simultaneously, it's going to very quickly descend into anarchy. There's nothing in a CSV file, ensure to protect their integrity, for one thing. Remember a CSV file is just a text file, comma separated values in a text file. So it's very easy for them to get corrupted. If one person changes a row and then another person changes the same row, that second person's edits are going to go through. There may be no record that a conflict occurred. Databases are designed really well for this. Databases are good for when data is changing frequently. So remember again what a CSV file is. A CSV file is just a line of um, is just a bunch of lines in a text file. There's no built-in indexing of a CSV file. So maybe we have a file that has a billion lines, a billion records, and every minute we need to find 500 records and change them in some way. Well, the CSV file doesn't have any built-in mechanism for finding the records, so you're going to end up in Python doing some kind of torturous search that's going to take forever because the file is huge. That's a bad show. Databases have indexing that let you find and change stuff quickly. And databases are good for partial reads if you only need some of the data. Python, you can tell Python, I only want to import such and such a column, for example. But what Python is doing behind the scenes when you tell it that is it's reading the entire CSV document and then it's discarding the bits that it doesn't want. So if you have, again, this like 10 gigabyte CSV file and you only want to read 5% of it, it's hugely wasteful because Python is reading the whole thing before it gets rid of the stuff that it doesn't want. Databases, by the way they are structured, can do genuine partial reads. Only call the stuff you need without calling the stuff you don't need. So this and other considerations often make databases ideal for storing data. Databases can be local or stored on a cloud. You'd store them locally with a SQLite file. Um, Databases can be accessed using APIs, and APIs is perhaps not covered in Business 331, and it's something that we will talk about in this class.